guys? Game.film here. I watched 15 2023 movies last year. Got tons of Asian cinema, Bollywood in particular, a lot of action. I'm going to rank them all, give a quick review of each one. Now let's just dive right into my 2023 movie recap. Okay, coming in at number 15, we have Resident Evil Death Island. Now, it was fun seeing a lot of the main Resident Evil characters together in the same movie. Jill Valentine looked sexy as hell. The action choreography was alright at times. And there's some cool monsters. Other than that, the dialogue is borderline atrocious, man. The villain was very generic and uninteresting. Capcom needs to really do better on the next movie. I give Resident Evil Death Island 2 stars out of 5. Coming up at number 14, we have The Goldfinger. Now, as a die-hard Hong Kong cinema fan, I was so hyped for this movie. We have Tony Leung, Andy Lau, two of the most iconic Hong Kong actors back together on screen, right? But man, I hate to say it, I was so disappointed with this one, man. Andy Lau doesn't get a lot of screen time. And when he is on screen with Tony Leung, like there was like one thrilling scene between them two, just one. Okay, this had some of the worst music I've heard in film. The whole stock market schemes and like insider trading, like that just wasn't very thrilling or interesting to me at all. I'll give him some credit in the editing department. There was some cool edits. Simon Yam is also another iconic Hong Kong actor, and he's in this. He gets a good amount of screen time. So seeing those three in the same movie was pretty cool, and I just can't give this a recommendation. But if you're into Hong Kong movies, maybe give it a shot. But 2 stars out of 5. Coming in at number 13, we have Silent Night, directed by the god John Woo. This was another film that I was hyped for, as it has Woo back at the helm, but I wasn't very impressed with this one. I feel like it's missing that John Woo style and pizzazz. I got tired of the protagonist moping about his kid. I just wanted to get some action already, because part of this movie shtick is that there's no dialogue, and that I didn't vibe with at all. The action is hit or miss for me. There are a couple of CGI bits when Woo, he's known for being so good at doing practical effects. The blood squibs don't look and feel real to me. I will say the fight in the laundry room kitchen area, that put a huge smile on my face, man. That's the creative stuff that Hong Kong was doing in the 80s and 90s. I wanted more of that. I found it funny, our quote hero, his son dies by gangs in a drive-by shooting, right? But then he decides to go in their neighborhood and do drive-bys himself. But I guess the director is telling us how far is too far when it comes to revenge. I don't know. Our lead does a fine job acting. I'll give Joel Kinnaman that. I'd say watch this if you're a fan of John Woo, but I would wait for it to come out to rent on stream for a couple bucks. I really don't get the feeling this is only made to watch on the big screen here at all. 2.5 stars out of 5. Coming in at number 12, we have Deliver Us. This horror movie was okay. A little too contrived and predictable for my taste, but there are a few things to like here. There's a priest assassin, a couple gnarly moments of gore, and solid performances. Might be worth a look, but I can't give it a full rec. 2.5 stars out of 5. Coming in at number 11, we have Elemental. It's a pretty predictable plot, and it's got some lame music, but I found it entertaining enough. The world is pretty nice to look at. I can't believe I started tearing up at the end. It got me, man. I have to give the movie some points for that. Good movie to watch with the kiddos. 3 stars out of 5. I recommend it. My number 10 movie of 2023 is Barbie. Wasn't my cup of tea, man, but I wasn't bored. It's entertaining enough. As a comedy, the movie works. Sure, not every joke landed for me, but a good amount of them did. Dan Spitson films just aren't my thing. They really have to wow me for me to like them, and the ones here were not good. How was that middle school kid using words like capitalism? But still, 3 stars out of 5. Movie number 9 is Sniper Grit, a DTV action flick that I had a lot of fun with. This is one of those films that doesn't take itself seriously, and it knows it's being corny, but they really bat it up here, man. The action is solid, and although the comedy is in quantity and not quality, I still laughed a good bit. It's not a bad way to spend 90 minutes, honestly. I'll give it 3 stars out of 5. Go watch it. Movie number 8 is an Indian film called Dunki. This is the third Shah Rukh Khan movie I watched in theaters last year. This man was killing it, man. I watched 4 films. One was from 1995 called Dilwale, a great rom-com. Go watch it. But this movie will pull on your emotional strings, man. I guarantee you'll cry in this one. It's very funny. There was tons of comedy in this one. There's a big grand adventure in the middle of this one. Very entertaining. You'll also get a solid romance. The two leads pair very well together. There's a message about illegal immigration, and it didn't really hammer it enough for me, man. You really gotta explain like why people immigrate, because of imperialism and capitalism destroying countries, you know. They didn't really dig deep for that. And kind of a minor spoiler, at the very end, like, you know, he kind of does the patriotic, I can't do this because of my country kind of thing. It was kind of like whatever. But definitely recommend this one, man. 3.5 stars out of 5. Watch Dunki. Coming in at number 7 is John Wick 4. Okay, so I did a marathon of the series, back to back to back to back. I'll admit I was getting a little burnt out at times watching this one. The double taps to the dome, fighting guys in whole armor like the previous film, the dog attacks, which is similar to the previous film again, Keanu's minimal dialogue, yeah, like that got kind of old fast. Waiting till a goon gets to a corner, you grab the gun, attack, etc. But this movie has Donnie freaking Yen, Scott freaking Adkins, Sawayama, Anderson as the tracker. These are all fantastic additions to mix things up. The top-down fight sequence was so cool and unique and ridiculously good. You got bows and arrows, you got gunfights on horseback, more grand action set pieces and backdrops. You got different cool colors and effort put into the lighting. So although there's a lot of the same from previous films, there's also a lot of new stuff that changes the game. The runtime could have been a little shorter in my opinion. Scott Adkins, I wish he had more martial arts, but he did a fine job. But man, I wanted him to throw down a little bit more, but whatever. 4 stars out of 5 for John Wick 4. Recommend. Movie number 6 is Polite Society, a lighthearted martial arts action comedy I really enjoyed. This movie has so much charm. You will absolutely fall in love with this one, I guarantee it. I haven't met a negative review of this one from anybody, honestly. If you like the Paper Tigers, Rush Hour, and or Booksmart, you'll dig this film too. Excellent ensemble cast, everyone has great chemistry, the fight scenes were really well done too. 4 stars out of 5, highly recommend. Movie number 5 is another Indian film, also starring Shah Rukh Khan, called Jawan. He plays a dual role here. Double your pleasure, double your fun with Shah Rukh Khan, man. Guarantee this is one of the best action films of 2023. You've got political intrigue, you got double crossing, over the top everything. Shah Rukh Khan dance numbers, comedic bits that really hit. There's a couple bumps in the road that slogged the film down for me, i.e. a prison scene and Vardhan not snapping out of it after he was kicking major butt minutes before. But hey, for me, Pathon, which is a movie I'll review later, edges this one out, as I like John Abraham as a villain in that movie more than VJ in this one. But hey man, love Jawan. Highly recommend. 4 stars out of 5. Movie number 4 is Ferrari, directed by the God, Michael Mann. I love him so much, man. He's one of my favorite directors of all time. I saw a Michael Mann movie on Christmas Day, man. Life is good. Can definitely confirm Penelope Cruz can act. She acts her butt off here. Mann knows how to make a movie look great, i.e. like Thief, Heat. This movie looked good, but it's not top tier from him, in my opinion. The camera work was still pretty neat. There's zoom-ins that are ultra slow, characters shot between doorways, and one that was my favorite was Adam Driver's face. It's partially on a mirror while his whole body was in view. I think there was some split diopters too. My girlfriend thought the movie was a bit boring, but I disagree, man. Definitely a dialogue-heavy movie, but it was a pleasure to watch all the actors on screen doing their thing. The racing was well shot and edited. There's some shocking moments. The final 30 minutes is rock solid adrenaline rush, man. I have to ask, was one of the car crashes sabotage? I feel like it was, but it was never explained. I don't know. But highly recommend Ferrari, man. 4 stars out of 5. Movie number 3 is Oppenheimer, directed by Christopher Nolan. Man, I was never bored in this pretty long 3-hour runtime. The acting, the sound design, the pacing were the highlights for me in this one. I thought the physics would make me feel like a dummy, but no, the movie did a great job explaining what was happening, what was going on. I'm pretty sure Robert Downey Jr. will get an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor. Emily Blunt should definitely get nominated for Best Supporting Actress. Superior audio design and sound effects. I think I already said that. But Oppenheimer, though, at the end, man, he really had to do the I love my country part at the end. That was such a cop-out and stupid. But, hey, 4 stars out of 5. Definitely recommend Oppenheimer. Okay, movie number 2 is Pathon, starring Shah Rukh Khan, another Indian film. Guys, this might be the greatest movie theater experience I've ever had in my life, okay? This movie is nonstop action, the way I like it. The best action movie of the year, okay? What an opener, man. Like, the entire theater was going wild. I saw this on XD, which is Cinemark's IMAX theater. The theater was 90% full, and my girlfriend and I were the only non-Indian people there. One guy brought his dog. Another family brought their newborn, who was surprisingly quiet. When our protagonist's face is revealed at the beginning, half the theater was hooting and hollering because they know who Shah Rukh Khan is, right? We didn't really know. But my jaw was on the floor the first action sequence. They do this shotgun catch and like camera spin in midair. It was insane. The villain introduction is so great. He busts out a rocket launcher in broad daylight with like this huge mask on. He straight up pulls a wire and moves like 2 helicopters by himself. There's a melee fight on top of an 18-wheeler. There's a Mission Impossible 2-esque breaking into a high-rise where a vault is. There's a music video dance bit an hour in, and I usually don't like those, but this one was really good. There's also like a surprise villain reveal in that dance sequence. Like, that's probably the hardest I've laughed this year, man. It was so good. Our hero has so many fights that were all well choreographed, man. There's a sidekick revealed like later on, and like they team up and they're both kicking butt in and on top of a train. There's double minigun action, a motorcycle chase down a snowy mountain to a frozen lake, dude. And the ending fight, I'm a big fan of Broken Arrow, and the end fight reminded me of the John Travolta versus Christian Slater in that one. Man, I'm serious. Had so much fun with this. Pathon, 4.5 stars out of 5. Go watch it. Now for my number 1 movie of 2023 is Godzilla Minus One. I saw this in 4DX IMAX. You know, they have the chairs that rock you forward, backward, all around. Water that sprays you in the face. There's smoke that comes out when destruction is happening. Greatest story of the year that I witnessed in film. It's so great, man. I cried 4 or 5 times. I was crying in the car. Just wrecked, man. I was so speechless. And Godzilla looks so cool, man, and cute too. Like when he's chasing the boat, he looks like this big cat. Like, I'm gonna get you. Like this big cat just chasing the man, wiggling around. But yeah, just masterpiece, man. 5 out of 5 stars. Highly recommend. You have to see this on the big screen. No exceptions. Alright, so that about wraps it up. I watched a total of 196 films last year in 2023. Probably make another video of my best and worst first time watches. And I think I beat about 15 to 20 video games. I need to check my list. So, you know, I gotta make best and worst video games that I beat. Thanks for watching. I'm all across social media. I'm gonna plug those down in the description. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you at the next one. Peace.